Hello, friends and hongers alike. Whoa, what's going on here?
Was shut down.
We'll be back! We'll be back!
Oh, I think I have the clip of this for later. How's it going tonight, everybody? Hello, Jay Davis, first in the house tonight. Billy, JJ Games, Tachanka, Libertarian, Blackvar, Dirt Cash, and Libertarian again. Neo Dark Matter over on Twitch. Hello, good evening, everybody. Free Hongestein, yes. Yes, free Hongestein. We've been persecuted for too long here in Hongestein. So they caught the J6 pipe bomber. They caught him. Only took almost 5 years. Literally like a month. We're like a month away from 5 years ago from J6 happening, which is crazy in and of itself. Turns out that it was a BLM supporter. Who could have guessed? Who could have possibly guessed that it was a BLM supporter? First of all, I'm sure you guys have all seen the guy who did this by now. Maybe not, though. But let's see what Jake Tapper describes him as.
Welcome to The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper. After nearly 5 years of investigation, the FBI finally announced that they had arrested a suspect accused of planting pipe bombs near the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters the night before the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting...
Hey, what? A white man? I'm sorry, did you say white man?
Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C.
30-year-old white man. I guess he just has quite the tan on him. Quite the tan on this 30-year-old white man who placed these bombs. Are we being for serious here? Hang on, let me see. That is quite the white boy. It's just a reflex on Jake's part. That is quite the white boy. His name is Mike. Is his name Michael Jackson? Whitest man in Somalia? The whites did it. It was the white man. The evil white man. Of course, now we know why Joe Biden's FBI spent zero time trying to track this guy down. The FBI has said that they didn't figure out any new leads in the case. They just went back and looked at the evidence that was already gathered, and they tracked this man down. Do you guys believe this was really the guy? Chunk of Pot says, thought it was a Capitol Police officer. You mean the female Capitol Police officer? I think that woman showed proof that she was playing with her puppies at the time or something. Let me see if I can find what was up with that. Maybe this guy was just playing with puppies too. FBI throws cold water on story suggesting Capitol Police officer was J6 pipe bomber. Let's see here. The FBI says focus on the home because the person taking the photos used the homeowner's smart trip comm on the metro. Where's the story about the puppies? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, that story apparently is not true. I don't know if that was the CIA. It probably would have exploded. Jay Davis says, no, I was playing with her puppies. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Lynn, I didn't see the press conference today. I didn't see the press conference today, but I saw some clips from it, and I saw how ridiculous most of it was. Today has just been another ridiculous day on the internet, as per usual, right? Beekeeper, what's your take on that Patrick S. Tomlinson character? You know? I don't know. I've seen a couple things about him on X lately. I don't know much about him. What's his deal? You tell me. Let me look him up here. Yeah, here he is. In 2020, there was once in a century global pandemic ruining the economy. Today, it's just Trump. Hong, 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 low Q, Frank, everybody. Neo Dark Matter, he meant white woman. I think it's just, it's probably, what it is, guys, what it is. This is a white man. Global warming is turning all the white supremacists black. So this guy is a white supremacist who planted the bombs on January 6th. But he just happens to have darker skin because of global warming. He's a lefty lol cow. Yeah, that's why I've seen some stuff about him here and there, but I haven't interacted or seen too much of his stuff. Based on what I'm looking at here, he just looks like a moron who's looking for clicks and views, which is most of the internet. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks, right, Loki? Oh, here was this
type that were used in this case. I want you to think
was this
about
from
the fact.
Was this from it earlier, or is this new?
FBI.
Lynn, is this from the press conference earlier? Oh yeah, this is from the press conference earlier, isn't it?
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your passion. And thank
today in the case of 2 pipe bombs planted outside of party headquarters in Washington, D.C. in 2021.
Grammy.
Let's try to play out the rest of that press conference from the Department of Justice this morning.
the FBI and our partners devoted to identifying the pipe bomber cannot be overstated. It is the resolve and determination of our investigators that ultimately led to the identification and the arrest of this suspect. We all know pipe bombs are dangerous, not because of the potential loss of life, damage to property, or injury that they can cause, but also because they are tools that terrorize our community. Fortunately, these bombs did not explode, although they...
Did he really just tell us why pipe bombs are dangerous? Are we in kindergarten? Yeah, especially these ones. They took out so many J6 protesters. What? What is happening?
Certainly could have. But make no mistake, the alleged pipe bomber did terrorize our community. Today's actions underscore the long memory and the long reach of the FBI and our partners. I know some people had given up on finding the perpetrator, but not the FBI and not our partners. We do not forget, we do not give up, and we do not...
Are we supposed to be trusting the FBI at this point? It took you 5 years to track this guy down. Have you guys seen like the evidence? And they had all sorts of evidence on this guy. He had his cell phone on him. They tracked his license plate. They had evidence of him buying all the materials for the bombs, and they just, I guess, never questioned the guy. But they sure tracked down every granny that was anywhere near the Capitol on J6. Go FBI.
Though it had been nearly 5 years.
Nate, pipe bombs violate OSHA regulations.
Our team continued to churn through massive amounts of data and tips that we used to identify this suspect. I want to thank Director Patel and Deputy Director Bongino for their leadership and for providing us the resources and the personnel to reevaluate all of the data that we had. We dove into more than 3 million lines of data to come up with this suspect. Director Patel, Deputy Director Bongino, thank you for your support, thank you for your passion, and thank you for your investment in this investigation. From me, on behalf of the investigators, the Washington Field Office, and all of our partners, thank you. I'd also like to thank Judge Pirro. Judge, your team and you are absolutely amazing. You're the type of prosecutors and U.S. attorney that all of the investigators across the country want to work with. They're hard-nosed and they're aggressive, and thank you for that. I'd also like to thank the American public for providing tips and leads, not just on this case, but every day on cases across the country that are being solved by law enforcement. And finally, I want to commend all of the members of the Washington Field Office, and most specifically, the investigative team. Their diligence and persistence led...
Jesus Christ, are we here to jerk each other off? Are they about to have some sort of jerk-off orgy? Everyone's so great, we're also... Just give me the facts. Or the supposed facts that I'm supposed to believe. I'm so sick and tired of the fucking federal government, the bullshit agencies who all love each other and love how great they are. They don't do anything for us ever. Anything that they're pushing at us is just bullshit every fucking time.
To this arrest today, and they are absolutely, totally dedicated not only to this case, but every case they work. So thank you, Washington Field Office. Last, I will say our work is not done. The FBI will continue to pursue every lead and use every resource that we have to ensure that the D.C. pipe bomber is brought to justice. Thank you.
You keep hearing the words partnership and team, and that's what we are. And we could not do this without our U.S. Attorney, Jeanine Pirro. Jeanine, from day one, has worked tirelessly for our country and for our nation's capital. It's my honor to introduce my friend, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro.
Thank you very much, Attorney General. And you have been listening to a lot of thank yous and a lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
The reason that we're thanking each other to the extent that we are today is because we have seen in this case an incredible collaboration around the clock, in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter. We call each other, we make contact, they need a warrant.
We have slumber parties, we have pillow fights. I brought the popcorn. It's a grand old time here at the FBI.
They need something, someone wants legal advice. These are the men and women who never give it up. You hear about government employees, but I don't know if you really realize what it is that they do. They are incredible, and this case is big. 4 years, 10 months, and 28 days ago,
Right, look you for 5 years.
An individual placed a bomb in the vicinity of both the RNC and the DNC. And for that amount of time, that individual evaded accountability. Today, as a result of the cumulative efforts of the men and women in the FBI and the police department and the Department of Justice, we are finally able to make an arrest of an individual by the name of Brian Cole. As the Attorney General has indicated, he is arrested for transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. You know, folks, this case involved millions of pieces of data. And it is a huge win because it was like finding a needle in a haystack. So much of this evidence was very specific, but a lot of it was also very general. For example, there were 233,000 black end caps of the type that were used in this case. I want you to think about the fact that the FBI had to go through the sale of every one of them to try to find commonality with an individual.
Isn't that their fucking job? And can't AI do that in like 10 seconds now?
Along with the purchase of the pipe itself, the cap ends, the wires, the steel, and the 9-volt batteries. Every one of those had to be mined and remined to the point where we were able to then connect. And make no mistake, it was this administration, it was this president who made the decision that we were going to use all of our efforts to get it done, and get it done they did. Finally, let me say this. Today begins the formal process of accountability, where this defendant will begin his journey through the criminal justice system. And I pledge to you that the United States Attorney's Office will take this case across the finish line. Again, thank you to the incredible work of the FBI, to the Attorney General, and to our local partners as well. This is a job that I think was well done.
Thank you. President Trump's directive to all of us was to not only make America safe again, but D.C., and to make it safe and beautiful. We could not have done that without our partnership with Mayor Bowser and Chief Smith. It is my honor to...
But now they're thanking and circle jerking with Mayor Bowser? Are we just supposed to forget how awful and nasty Mayor Bowser was back in 2020 and beyond, and still is? What, we're friends with Mayor Bowser now?
introduce Metropolitan Police Department Chief Smith.
Good afternoon, and thank you, everyone. I am Chief Pamela Smith, Chief of Police of the Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, and FBI Director Patel for having me here today. For nearly 5 years, the agencies standing here today have worked together under the leadership of the FBI to locate our suspect who is responsible for the 2 pipe bombs that were placed around our city. MPD members assigned to the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force have supported this case from the beginning. That supports include looking, reviewing, and going through countless, probably thousands of hours of CCTV footage from around the DNC.
Okay, once again, they tracked down every single granny and baby that was anywhere near the Capitol on J6 within a month or two and arrested them all and threw them in gulags. But oh, we had to comb through CCTV and we had to look at leads and records to find this guy. It was hard work, guys. It's your fucking job. Unbelievable.
RNC headquarters, and they followed up on hundreds and thousands of leads from members of our communities.
Hundreds of leads.
Today is that Washingtonians can.
It took 5 years. They looked at 1 lead per week.
Rest easier today, knowing that the suspect responsible for this act is now in custody. This morning's arrest is yet another reminder that committing any act with the intention of harming the residents and visitors of the District of Columbia will result in your arrest. The men and women of the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, the ATF, the U.S. Capitol Police, and certainly the prosecutors at our U.S. Attorney's Office will go to the furthest length. I heard somebody say to the end of the earth, but thank God we didn't have to go to the end of the earth today, that we were able to bring this subject into custody. I want to commend the men and women of the FBI and the members of the Metropolitan Police Department and all of the agencies who are standing behind me today on a job well done. I will turn it over
They
now
just
to
didn't have time to
General
track down the only armed insurrectionists.
All right, we wanted to play out some of that press conference for you about the arrest announced of an
I want to hear.
You guys are racist.
What is this?
You're inhuman. You want
woman speaking now. This is live.
my fire. Because here's the facts. You want to compare the Trump administration to the Biden
Oh, this
administration.
is
right
that
here.
turning point?
You guys are racist. You're inhumane. Your policies are terrible. Okay, but let's compare the policies. During the Biden administration, 10.5 million people came to our border. Most of them are released in the United States. He overwhelmed the Border Patrol. When you tell the whole world it's okay to enter a country illegally, it's a crime, but don't worry about it. Make a false claim to asylum. Don't.
Well, yeah, Grammy. There is that aspect to it. For all we know, they did solve this crime. They did find this guy under the Biden administration, and they were told to just like leave it in a drawer in the back somewhere. You know, we don't really want to see this anywhere. And I mean, hell, they're even still trying to say it was a white guy. Some of you joined late. Did you see Jake Tapper said it was a white guy?
Capitol attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce.
The 30-year-old white man, Brian Cole, white supremacy, MAGA terrorism, at it again.
And with malicious destruction by means of explosions. CNN observed local and federal law enforcement outside his home in Woodbridge, Virginia.
Big C's, you thought this was AI? No. This is real. But Jake Tapper really said that. All right.
Don't show up in court. Don't worry about it. No one's looking for you. Joe Biden's administration says if you're in the country illegally, no one's looking for you unless you get convicted of a serious crime. Well, that's too late. Get convicted of a serious crime. So what happened when you invite the whole world across the border that overwhelmed the Border Patrol? Where on an average day, 70% of agents were pulled off the line to deal with the humanitarian crisis, which are required to do. A lot of these people are sick when they get here, and they got to deal with processing, transportation.
Big C's. 30-year-old black man, Austin Frisch, indicted on charges of transporting little black backpack.
Not by accident, not by
guilty,
not by ignorance, by design. When you overwhelm the Border Patrol that much, what happens? When 70% of agents are off the line, what happens? 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl coming across an open border because there wasn't enough law enforcement there to stop it. Sex trafficking of women and children, all-time high. Number of migrants that died, over 4,000, a record. Over 4,000 aliens died making that journey. Trump 45, 14 known suspected terrorists. Biden in 4 years, 400. 2 million gotaways. Who are they? Why didn't they pay less to turn themselves in, get processed?
All right, I wanted to go over the evidence and the affidavits. I think that's somewhere. Could be that Brian Cole Jr., who is black, was a BLM supporter. I think it's highly likely. A few of the bomb components were purchased around the same time that George Floyd riots were consuming Washington. During 2019 and 2020, Cole purchased multiple items consistent with the components that were used to manufacture the pipe bombs placed at the RNC and DNC. Cole used the accounts to purchase these items from physical retail locations in Northern Virginia, as described in more detail below. So, once again, they already had all this information. Both pipe bombs were manufactured using a 1 inch by 8 inch galvanized pipe with markings consistent with a particular manufacturer. I guess they don't want to name the manufacturer. Cole purchased a total of 6 galvanized pipes of this size and shape on or about June 1st, June 8th, and November 16th of 2020. Huh. While we were hunging, this man was piping. Jay Davis, I think he did use cards. I think he used credit cards or debit cards to purchase these, yes. From what I read, I haven't read through all of this, just from what I have gathered about some of this. Okay, all right, this is a better summary. 6 credit cards. The FBI identified a checking account and 6 credit cards belonging to Cole that were used to purchase materials matching the components of a pipe bomb. Stroman gift cards, yeah. The galvanized pipes, 14 end caps from Home Depot in Northern Virginia, 7 9-volt battery connectors and clips from Micro Center, 3 white kitchen timers from Walmart, 14 gauge red and black electrical wire from Home Depot and Lowe's, steel wool from Home Depot, safety glasses in July, wire stripping tool and wire nuts, sandpaper and machinist file, 2 9-volt batteries from Walmart, alligator clips from Home Depot. The FBI also obtained cell phone site records from towers within the vicinity of RNC and DNC. It was revealed that Cole's cell phone connected with these towers 7 different times between 7:39 and 8:24 on January 5th, 2021, the same time that those pipe bombs were placed. Once again, they've had all of this information the whole time. Brian Cole is also registered to a 2017 Nissan Sentra, which was flagged by a license plate reader at the South Capitol Street exit just a half mile from where he was first spotted. Yeah, he didn't pay cash. So the accused pipe bomber, Cole, worked with his father, who has a family-owned bail bonds company that focused on getting illegal immigrants out of jail. And they sued the Trump Department of Homeland Security at some point, but they lost that lawsuit in November 2020, just, weeks or, a month or two before January 6th, before placing these pipe bombs. I guess it was known as statewide bonding. An immigration bond will secure the release of an undocumented alien from an immigration facility with the guarantee of the conditions of the immigration bond requirements are met. One of the several lawsuits filed by Statewide said the company had gotten thousands of illegal immigrants out of ICE facilities and that hundreds had failed to appear for the court date. The company blamed the Trump administration for this. Plaintiffs Big Marco and Statewide have secured the bond for thousands of immigrants, while Plaintiff Donovan acts as a guarantor indemnitor of his company, Nexus Services, for each secured bond at issue in this case. If an immigrant does not appear, that failure to appear is considered a breach of bond because the bond that secured the immigrant's release based on a timely appearance in court has been breached. This is how bonds work, right? In sum, hundreds of plaintiffs' clients fail to appear because defendants fail to, 1, provide said person with a specified date, time, and location to appear at court. At the one time these defendants actually can ensure that said immigrant receives a specified time and location. And 2, provide plaintiffs with a specified date, time, and location that the clients are to appear in court prior to a bond breach. Then, only after the subject immigrant fails to appear, these defendants expect plaintiffs to find the person in less than 10 days. Or suffer the penalty of paying the sum total of millions of dollars. Defendants' conduct is unlawful, violating both the APA and constitutional law. As such, defendants have directly and proximately caused plaintiffs to lose more than $5 million. So they're blaming the Trump administration for not holding the individuals that they secured bonds for? Am I reading this correctly? After January 6th, his father asked the Biden administration to investigate a local Tennessee prosecutor who'd raised concerns about the bail company, accusing the prosecutor of anti-black racism. This turned out to be spurious. The company filed false statements. What up, Satrack? I've been wondering where you've been at. I hope you're doing all right, man. I know life and work get in the way, but hugging comes first, damn it. No, you're good. Yeah, they make bond and skip town. Why would you expect an immigrant to stick around who's here illegally? Like, yeah, oh yeah, I'll totally be at that court date. Sure. You're securing my bond for me? Yeah, totally. I'll be there, man. You got fucking right. Simply Chief, all of this makes me wonder about the timing of the anonymous tip story that claimed it was the Capitol Police woman. Which fake story is fake? Probably both, right? The whole thing's so ridiculous. I just can't believe white supremacy reigns again. Oh, hey. The United States struck another drug boat in the Eastern Pacific today. 4 male narco-terrorists dead. Kaboom! Bye-bye. Little ruckus at the Homan speech? Really?
I was on Operation Ice Storm. I was there for a year and a half. Criminal cartels were ripping each other off. The cartels were looking for them.
How far back should I?
Right. I couldn't leave my
True.
mind.
Suspected narco-terrorists.
When I talked to a 9-year-old girl that's raped multiple times, that broke me. I'm not a racist. I have a heart. And the best thing you can do for the safety of this country and to save lives is secure the border. And finally, for those who want to compare the two administrations, Holman, the architect of family separation, I just told you why it was done. It wasn't done to punish. It was done in an attempt to save lives and stop sexual assaults and maybe control the border.
Jumanji, I do not think Luigi will walk. No.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on. You are a racist? You're destroying the Constitution.
For separation. Thank you. So let's talk about one more example of what the Trump administration did compared to the Biden administration. Under the Biden administration, nearly 500,000 children were separated from their families and put in the hands of criminal cartels and smuggled to the United States.
Was that the whole ruckus? Just that one dude? Stroman really wanted to see the Luigi trial. Oh yeah, well yeah, we won't be able to watch it because it's a federal trial, right? Or is it a state trial? No, it's got to be a federal trial. We will be able to watch the Anthony Carmelo trial, though.
God knows what happened to some of those children during that journey. 500,000, and they lost track of 300,000 of them. Weren't even looking for them. President Trump has already found almost 40,000 of those children. 40,000 children that the last administration wasn't even looking for. Some of these children were safe with families. but some were deep in sex trafficking, being sold every day for sex. Children. Some were in forced labor. That's what the Trump administration is doing. So that's the three pillars. Now, let me, before I go to questions, let me end with this. I was a Border Patrol agent. I wore a uniform. I was an ICE agent. I was the first ICE director that actually came up through the ranks. I came out of retirement twice for this president because I knew what the danger of the border is. I don't want any Border Patrol agent standing back with a tractor trailer with people that bake to death. I don't want no Border Patrol agent to talk to a 9-year-old little girl. I don't want no Border Patrol agent to have to listen to a wire where they're stabbing an alien in the face so his sister can listen to him because he can't pay the smuggling fees. I don't want to see anybody go through that. And let me tell you something else. Every night I go to bed, I pray for the safety and security of every Border Patrol agent, ICE agent, and I pray for everybody that we're looking for. I don't want anybody hurt. I don't want anybody to die. That includes officers and that includes aliens. And that's a stone cold fact. Call me what you want. I don't care. You know? Then, you know, sir, look, I want to take questions. I'll take questions a little bit, but why don't you grow a backbone, put a Kevlar vest and a gun on your hip and go secure this border. So with that, I guess we're going to take questions, sir. I guess we're going to take questions with the guy in the microphone.
Cool. So we're going to have students come forward. That's going to be priority. We're going to have a few students open us up, and then disagreeing questions, please move to the front.
Hi there, Mr. Homan. I want to start off by thanking you for your service and everything you do to keep our country safe. Now, that being said, given your experience leading ICE, what do you think is the most misunderstood aspect of immigration enforcement today, and how can students like ourselves help correct that narrative?
I want people to remember that
we're going to flood the zone.
Border Patrol agent, ICE agents and Border Patrol agents, they're moms and dads too. They don't hang their heart on the hook when they go to work. They're trying to make this country safe again. So I'm sick and tired of comparing them to Nazis and racists and this other bullshit. These men and women don't make a lot of money, and they stand on the front lines every day for this
Well,
country.
Robbie, apparently they're going to have some people who disagree with him come up and ask questions.
Their husbands and wives, too. Their sons and daughters, too.
It's on a total
You don't
circle
know
jerk.
them. I know one thing. They're out there protecting people they don't know and will never meet, but they keep on doing it. So God bless the men and women of ICE and the Border Patrol.
Thank you.
Hi there, Mr. Homan. As a mother myself, the story that you shared, especially about the 9-year-old girl and the 5-year-old little boy, just really hit me. And I wanted to know, you shared the story, especially of seeing that little 5-year-old boy that resembled your son. How do you process these graphic tragedies and deal with the heaviness on a personal level that your job may bring?
On that incident, I went and I saw help. A couple things in my career. The reason I'm so passionate about this is because of what I've seen. Not because I read in the book, not because people told me, because I've done it. I've been there. I've seen it. And that's what makes me so passionate about this. I don't want to see anybody die that way. Throughout my career, I buried Border Patrol agents, I buried ICE agents. One of the worst things in my career I had to do is hand a folded flag to a child. I mean, you know, come on, you can hate me all you want. Again, I don't care. But there are still nights I can't sleep. I didn't live with my wife for months because of death threats. We had her hidden someplace else. Because the threats were so intense against me, I didn't want her around me. So she sacrifices. Thank you. It's necessary. You see the guys around with suits on? That's my security detail. These guys aren't with their families either. They were traveling with me to step in front of me if a bullet flies. So rather than call names in the memory of Charlie Kirk, who I loved, let's have a conversation. To just scream and leave and call somebody a name, they're a coward.
Thank you, Mr. Homan, and thank you to your family and your team as well.
Thank you. I want to hear diverse opinions. Let's talk about it. Sir.
Hi. So, I'm pretty Democrat. I feel like it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I feel like let me speak, please. I feel like in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm in like a lion's den or something. This feels.
You're not. Look, but I talk to anybody. I mean, so people are amazed that I'll go on MSNBC and CNN and talk to them. Sure. But I'll tell anybody what I know, and they can make their own judgments. But go ahead.
No, I've seen a lot of your interviews and stuff, and you strike me as a very principled man, which is nice. It's and I guess obviously. I guess the contentious point between what you do and what your administration does, the seemingly cruelty of ICE agents when they do what they do, and as you said in interviews, collateral.
When you say cruelty, what exactly you mean? What do you see that you think is?
It's so cruel that they uphold the law. Oh my God. They find people that are here illegally and they send them back to their homes. It's so cruel. Every country in the world does it. Obama did it 5 million times or something. But he wasn't cruel. And that DHS wasn't cruel. And the ICE wasn't cruel from 2008 to 2016. ICE was fine. But when Trump does it, it's so cruel. Your janitor, I think he's referring to incidents when people resist and they have to use force.
Like I don't know all my facts, okay? But I believe,
yeah, we know.
Like I believe a couple dozen students from UTEP got deported. I don't know the exact number, but I know.
Were they in the country illegally?
I'm sorry?
Were they in the country illegally?
So that's kind of where my question lies, is you are a very principled man, but I've seen you say in interviews that your priority right now is to get criminals, but you really do eventually just want to get anybody that's in this country illegally out. Is that fair? Okay.
What I said in interviews, and I'm honest about it, what I say in interviews, the priority is public safety threats and national security threats. That's called priority. Doesn't mean you forget about everybody else.
Right. I guess.
But here's my message. If you're in the country legally, is that okay? No, I'm asking you. If we have a conversation, do you think entering the country legally is okay?
I think jaywalking is a crime. You know what I mean? I think.
But do you think entering the...
You're right. Jaywalking is a crime. It's like a misdemeanor, and you might get a ticket. You probably won't, because cops don't have time for that shit unless it's egregious. But entering the country illegally is also a crime. And I love the Democrats. It's not really a crime. It's a misdemeanor. It's not a criminal act. It's a civil violation. In some cases, yes, sure. It's a civil violation if someone enters the country on a visa and overstays their welcome, which is what a lot of the illegals are. And that's fine. Should still send them home. But also, why don't we make that a criminal act? Why don't we go ahead and make it a criminal act? An enforceable criminal act.
The country illegally is wrong.
I agree. I agree that, I mean, and that's why I say it's refreshing to have somebody who truly is just here to uphold the law, which is refreshing.
Well, let me tell you. First of all, it's not okay to enter country league. It's a crime, and like I said, there's millions of people standing in line doing things the right way. You know, I was in New York a few months ago, and I got a cab from the hotel over to the studio, and the driver, it's a true story, driver was from an African nation. He recognized me. He said, sir, and this was just before, it was more than a couple months ago, it was, Biden administration was still in power, but I think the election already occurred, so it's been 8-9 months. Anyways, the conversation was, hey, I recognize you, can we talk? I said, sure. He goes, he's from an African nation. He goes, I came over as a student, on a student visa, then I became a resident alien, then I became a U.S. citizen. And I've been working 3 years to bring my wife and kids here. But every day I look on TV and these families are coming across and being released, flown to New York City, put in a hotel room. And many days I wonder, why don't I do that? Because I want my wife and children here. But because I became a U.S. citizen, I respect and love this country and do things the right way.
It's been a minute, Big Siege.
What I told him
it's been a minute.
Was, well, get your friends together and protest Congress. Get the system.
It's probably in May.
But that's not ISIS' fault. So being in the country league is just not okay. I mean, you know, if that's the message we send, sir,
and I think
you're never going to fix the problem.
No, and I think a lot of the fear on my side of things is the fear of, to put it in a headline, is the villainization of poor Hispanic people. I think that there's a lot of ground to cover between. And it's not like they're mutually exclusive. Anyway, my question. I just want to.
Let me tell you. No,
my question is.
I appreciate it.
Just as a first step, is there anything that you can say to me right now that can ensure me that your administration or ICE or anybody is doing things to lower the number, let's say, of collateral arrests?
No. Look, the reason I say it. Let me tell you this. I say no the way, sir. I say no the way the system is right now. You know how we can get less collateral arrests? Let me in the jail. If the sanctuary cities will let us in the jail, more officers in the jail means less people on the street. Less people on the street means less collateral. So let me have the criminal alien and safety and security of the jail where it's safer for the
Len, I have
safer
it somewhere.
for the officer,
Yeah.
and certainly safer for the community. Fight to end sanctuary cities. And you see those collaterals decrease because we are prioritizing public safety threats. But I'll say it again. If you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table.
Good. Everyone who's here illegally should be sent home. Apply to get here the right way.
Thank you for coming up. I know you took some heat, but thank you.
It's not hard. It's not a hard concept.
Good evening, Mr. Holman. My name's Antonio, nickname AJ. I'm naturally conservative myself, and I debate with my Democrat family members a lot. But all I wanted to ask is, I defend ICE as much as I can, but it gets a little difficult for me when I see Houston agents beating down on a 16-year-old, someone my age, and them just beating down on people who sometimes just willingly come down. Not to say that that's all ICE agents.
Did you say beating down?
I did see one video. I don't know if it was just ICE or some other law enforcement agency, but there was one video coming from Houston when a 16-year-old boy was on the ground and some law enforcement agency was just beating him into the ground. And I think that's wrong, and I just want to ask...
Does anyone know what video he's talking about? And why was it probably AI or some old video that had nothing to do with ICE?
If ICE officers stepping on line, not following policy, need to be dealt with. I don't support anybody being beaten. You know, if they're resisting arrest, there's a certain amount of control you got to use to make that arrest. Well, if you're truly saying that a defensive guy's laying down while you're being beaten, that's not right. Send me the video. Pardon me? I didn't. I can tell you, you know, We have a very strong Office of Press Responsibility. One of the things I did when I was ICE director, I fired several people. Again, don't enjoy, you know, sending someone home with no job to wife and kids, but I've done it.
Stop lying.
Okay. Look, if anybody, if the guy says I'm lying, step up the mark, let's have a conversation, and I'll show you I'm not lying. I'll show you you're an idiot. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you.
Lastly, Mr. Homan, just because my school is starting a Turning Point chapter, I was just wondering if we were to invite you, would you be willing to come back to El Paso?
I'm traveling around the country if I can do it. I love El Paso.
Hello, I'm from Houston, and honestly, I'm concerned about how you are going to hold ICE agents accountable. I'm concerned about the racial profiling.
Okay, here's the alleged video that he was talking about. Okay, 16-year-old from Houston, Texas, who is a U.S. citizen, was beaten, tackled, and choked by ICE as he was heading for school. ICE used racial slurs against him and his father. The officers did not identify themselves or show any badge. Right? Yeah, this yo, this definitely looks like a Lowe's. You were going to school. Why does the video just stop here? That's it. That's all I get. This completely out of context 16-second clip. And this, I guess every Democrat went around and said, see, ICE is beating up kids. Even though there's literally no context for this at all. Okay.
That's happening between American citizens who look Hispanic or look Mexican and they're being detained. I understand that you aren't arresting American citizens, but you are detaining them. And I think the manners that I've seen of American citizens being detained is very harsh. You know, it's scary. And I want to know if you will expand, if you have any comments or any response.
Mr. Motherfucker says if he remembers correctly, that video is from 2022 and he's a gang member.
As to how you will prevent this in the future, because I don't want anybody who looks brown to be targeted harshly.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So let me say this. ICE has arrested people from 163 different countries. Europe, Asia, Central America, Africa. So it's not all black and brown people. It's just ridiculous, first of all. They've arrested a lot of people from all over the world. Second of all, the Supreme Court decision, the media says, oh, Supreme Court just okayed, you know, racial profiling. No, they didn't. The rules for ICE engagement are this. You can detain briefly and question somebody on reasonable suspicion. During that brief detention and questioning, if you gather probable cause, then you can make an arrest and take away. So what the Supreme Court said was, what ICE was doing, the Border Patrol was doing, was gathering reasonable suspicion. It's not problem. And people said, well, you need probable cause to stop somebody. No, you don't. You need reasonable suspicion. It's in the law. So that was the study. But I'm going to say it again. If an ICE agent, Border Patrol agent, are acting outside policy, we want to know about it. We'll hold them accountable. And you know, and look, have U.S. citizens, I think, I'm not out in the field. I'm not out in these operations. I sit in the West Wing, so I'm not out there. I haven't been out there in quite a few months. I was on the border yesterday, which was nice getting out of D.C. for a bit. Have U.S. citizens been detained? If they were, it's because there's some reasonable suspicion why they're being talked. That's what I'm hoping to happen. That they've got a reasonable suspicion as soon as they found a U.S. citizen. But remember, U.S. citizens are stopped at the port of entry every day. I mean, U.S. citizens are detained by law enforcement across this country every day, especially in the vicinity of an operation.
Hong Kong, we see each other. Hi, hello, hello.
And we arrest a bad guy, guess what? Everybody in the house that's there, regardless if it's not the target operation, they get detained and questioned too to make sure we know who they are. So I get your point, but I'll say it again. If there's an ICE agent acting outside of policy, then he needs to be held accountable. So people need to call in with your complaints. I mean, I'm hoping 100% of them are doing exactly what they should be doing or trained to do.
Hello, I'm Christopher, and I'm here studying STEM at UTEP, and I had a question regarding your closing the borders, right? You say by closing the borders that we are avoiding rape and death, correct?
Yeah.
So, don't you think by closing the borders, we're not avoiding
securing the border?
Securing the borders.
You want to come to the greatest nation on earth? Come through a port of entry.
Right.
Digital cam and a map.
So, by securing the borders to avoid death and rape, are we not just keeping death and rape outside of America and prolong it to Mexico or to other countries?
Wait. Is he concerned that if we get rapists and murderers out of America, that, oh no, they'll have to do that in other countries where they come from? Is that seriously the question here? Do you want it in America or do you want it in Mexico?
Thank you. Also, Justin.
Of America and prolong it to Mexico or to other countries?
The bottom line is, my goal is to protect this country. And bottom line is, I say it again, a secure border gives us strong national security. A gentleman a few minutes ago said I was lying. You know who was lying? The last administration, the border was secure. I mean, you know, 10.5 million people came to the border, most of them released in the United States. And you know, folks, why they weren't detained? You know what the law says, sir? The law says if you enter the country illegally without proper documentation, you shall be detained. That's what federal statute says. Not maybe, not think about it, not send them on a free airline ticket to a city of their choice, put them in a hotel room. But you know why they ignored the law and didn't detain them? I'll tell you why. Because if they're put in a nice detention bed, they get a hearing between 35 and 40 days. 90% lose their case, they get sent home. That's not what they wanted. Release them on the non-detained docket. Their hearing takes 5, 6, 7 years, and by then they're hoping for another administration to award amnesty to millions of people. They saw a future political benefit in opening that border. And I looked at numbers today. Why is detention necessary? I looked at the numbers today. Executive Office of Immigration Review, immigration judges have issued just over 500,000 deportation orders. Over 320,000 of them were in absentia because the people didn't show up in court. That's why when you detain people, if you have an asylum claim and you're really escaping fear and persecution and death from your home country, you shouldn't have a problem sitting in a facility for 40 days to see a judge and plead your case. Matter of fact, during the Obama administration, when I was at ICE, we had a surge. We built a family residential center. We held the families in an open-air campus, not a jail, no Constantino. We held them. It took about 40 days to see a judge. You know what happened? 90% end up with order removal because they simply didn't qualify for asylum. We sent them home, and guess what happened? The numbers tanked. So if you're really escaping fear and persecution, you shouldn't have a problem staying in one of our facilities for 40 days and pleading your case. And here's what no one's telling you. Oh, these are all asylum seekers. Millions of asylum seekers. They had the right to claim asylum. But here's what the data says. And this is immigration court data. 86.7% of people who claim asylum at our southern border, and this is 10 years of data, 86.7% of people who come to our border and make an asylum claim end up with an order removal because they don't qualify for asylum. They're not escaping fear and persecution from the homeland, but the cartels know there's a loophole there. You say a few key words in the first interview at the border, the threshold is very low for asylum because we certainly don't want somebody back to be persecuted. But when you get to immigration court, that threshold is much higher. And 90% lose. So when people say, well, they're asylum seekers, I guess technically, but 9 out of 10 ain't asylum. They played the game. They made a false asylum claim. And here's my problem with that. Because when they did that, they overwhelmed the Border Patrol where most of them were off the line, and that's when a fentanyl came across to kill Americans. That's when a mass migration came to kill over 4,000 aliens. That's when no unsuspected terrorists crossed the border, and that's when sex trafficking increased 600%. That's my problem with people claiming a false asylum claim. And let's not forget, there are hundreds of thousands of people in the world that really are escaping fear and persecution in their homeland, and they're sitting in the back seat because of people making false asylum claims. So people can call them asylum seekers all the way. Look at the data, look at the truth. Stop reading the newspapers, go to ICE.gov, look at the data. Go to CBP.gov and look at the data. Go to EOIR, Department of Justice Immigration Court, look at the data. The data says a whole lot different things than the media says.
Thank you, first of all, for coming all the way to our great state and talking to us. As a multi-generation Texan, my family fought for the independence of this republic and has lived here since we joined the Union. And I lived in the southern border in South Texas. I've seen firsthand the consequences of federal inaction at our border. Under Article 1, Section 10 of our Constitution, it says states can defend themselves when they're actually being invaded. In your expert view, does Texas meet this criteria according to our Constitution? And if so, if Washington won't enforce the law, can a state defend itself and its border?
We don't have that problem anymore because the greatest president of my lifetime sitting in the Oval Office. There's no need for states to take that action right now. I'm telling you, the numbers are historic lows. Historic lows. So sex trafficking plummeted. Drugs plummeted. No unsuspected terrorists plummeted because we're securing the border. And I just met, there's an angel mom in the audience, I'm not going to name Lori, I just met backstage, who buried her son because of drugs that come across that border. God bless Lori. I've met hundreds of angel moms. For the people in the room who hate me, talk to an angel mom and dad. Put yourself in their shoes. You want to talk about family separation? They bury their children. I've met hundreds of them. This isn't, illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. People think, I got family, not everybody, relatives agree. Well, it's just a guy looking for a better life. But you don't understand. There's a whole ugly underbelly of illegal immigration. What happens to these people on that trip? Criminal cartels make billions of dollars. What does that do? That funds weapons and more drugs. That funds violence. Illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. I'll say it again. The system needs to be fixed. Congress needs to get off their butt and do something.
Thank you.
Lunchbox, you are late, and you missed last night. You're extra late. 2 days
Thank you
late.
very much. I'm a student, master's student candidate here at UTEP, and I want to first thank the university for exhibiting, like no other time, that we're all for free speech here, because you've been very respectful to the people that didn't say that weren't going for you, and these people, for the most part, have been very respectful, and so I'm glad that free speech is the pinnacle.
What's your major?
Here's my question.
What are you majoring in?
I'm a communication major, sir. Here's my question for you. So, first of all, I know that you said you're a cop and you call yourself proudly a cop, and that's fantastic. We have police officers here that work every day to put criminals in jail, to put them in incarceration, to get them out of here, all that stuff that we all seem to be in agreements for. And I know that it's tough when you see criminals be put in jail and then get let out. So my question is, the administration that you represent and that everybody here seems to be fighting for, just last week, and you can look this up, let out who is known as one of the biggest cocaine dealers in the world and pardoned him. Now my question to you is, how frustrating is it for all you guys that didn't get $50,000 bonuses, that this guy's going back to jail? How frustrating is it for you, sir, that this guy's out? And would you arrest him if he committed another crime? I'd like to answer my question.
No, I'll answer.
Jeez, you guys are chicken, man.
Who?
Can you answer my question?
No, no. Hey, no. Let me stay. Hey, let him stand right there, and I'll answer his question.
Calm down, dude.
Guys, let me answer his question, please.
Quit resisting.
So, I appreciate the question. So let me tell you, I know things you don't know about this case that I can't discuss here. I can tell you there's an overall good because more is going to happen. I just, trust me, there's a lot of reasoning behind these decisions, and I wish I could share them with you, but I can't. So, you know, that's...
Will you arrest him again if he does something else?
You violate the law, yeah.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Hi. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for being here tonight. So my question is, what will you and the president do about the Muslim community? I'm concerned about cities like Dearborn and here in Texas, Epic City, and this includes illegal Muslims, migrants, and asylum seekers as well.
We're going to enforce the law. If they're in a country illegal, they're going to be deported. And
we're going to flood the zone.
Watch what happens in the near future.
Lastly, I'd like to tell you that I will be covering you in prayer every single day, and God bless you and God bless America.
Well, thank you for the question.
Trump is a convicted felon and a rapist.
It's important to respect the law, and when law enforcement violates the constitutional rights of Hispanics or Americans, they are criminals themselves. This is a fact. And Patrick Crusius, your everyday conservative, drove hundreds of miles to our city based off of your beliefs that Hispanics are replacing the white race. We need to protect white people, and we need to deter Hispanics from coming into the country.
Well, first of all, that's a false statement. I never said any such thing. First of all, I never said any such thing. You're lying. So go ahead.
It's really important for you to know that he worships you, Patrick Crusius. He's your hero.
I've never said Hispanics are replacing Americans. Never said that. That was a false statement, just so you know.
The Great Replacement is now a mainstream conservative narrative. It's been fully integrated into mainstream conservative.
What I said was, sir, let's be honest here. What I said was the open border wasn't an accident. It wasn't mismanagement. It was by design. They saw a future political benefit in letting millions of illegal aliens in the country run to the sanctuary cities. What does that mean? Because when Joe Biden ended all the policy that Trump had 25, what did he also do? He ended the Trump census rule, which means illegal aliens Millions of illegal aliens in sanctuary cities get counted the next census. What does that mean? It means more seats in the House for the Democrats. I think they sold this country off for future political power. I didn't say anything about replacement theory. Why? Let me ask you a question. Let's have a conversation. I respect you coming up to the microphone. For what reason will the Biden administration open that border up?
The Biden administration, to answer your question, he was respecting the asylum laws and immigration laws that existed. It's really important to enforce our immigration laws. And do you think you're doing that by ignoring them and producing arbitrary reasons to work around them?
First of all, I don't know if you heard it earlier, the asylum process, data shows 9 out of 10 of the asylum claims are fraudulent. They cheated the system, first of all.
You're racist and a liar.
Thank you for your question. I want you to sleep safe in your bed tonight, knowing men and women law enforcement are keeping you safe.
So he didn't want to have a conversation. He just wanted to call him a racist and a liar and a bigot and a fascist and then walk out. He's just mad that he couldn't also shoot him in the neck.
Yeah, hello, my name is, I don't want to say my name, but it's a city in France.
All right.
So, my question is to you, it's not really about politics, but
what's wrong with these people?
How does one person who is not into politics get into federal politics? Let's say, for example, he wants to work at the highest level of commerce or finance in a government position, because I'm just about to secure a software engineering internship summer at Meta next 2026 of summer.
You want to go in politics or just federal enforcement?
What?
Politics?
Let's a position at somewhere like the White House.
What's your major?
What does he want?
Computer science and math and statistics.
I think you should be a nice special agent. We could use you.
I'd rather work something like commerce or finance at the White House.
So let me say this. I was just talking to a young man earlier whose father was a brave Border Patrol agent who died in line of duty. He's looking for an internship at the White House. Internships, Jackie, just opened up, right? Go whitehouse.gov, is that on it? Go to whitehouse.gov. Internships are opening right now. Put your name in there. And go up and do an internship and learn how the government works. I think it'll benefit you greatly. And in your degree, you're not going to have trouble finding a job at that degree. We need people like you.
Thank you.
Okay. It was a harmless enough question. I'm just not sure how it's relevant.
Howdy, sir. My question is, you spoke about the illegals who enter the country and are unfortunately passing away in the desert. How can we increase the safety for those individuals while also maintaining immigration law and enforcing that?
Secure the border. Let people make that journey. If people know they're really not an asylum seeker, they're not willing to give their life savings to the criminal cartel not to be released in the United States, because we're not releasing anybody. So that alone is saving thousands of lives. And for those folks earlier that want to attack law enforcement, you know the United States Border Patrol? United States Border Patrol in 4 years under Biden saved over 7,000 alien lives on the border. Border Patrol agents save thousands of lives every year. Border Star. I heard someone say that. I went out there yesterday and talked to those gentlemen. So, pardon me? Yeah, great organization. I went there yesterday. So Border Patrol agents save a lot of lives. And secure border saves lives. I don't want people to make that journey. If you want to be part of the greatest nation ever, do things the right way. And I know it's a slow process.
That's a decent assessment, Bill Barbaggins.
And, if you do, I don't want anybody putting themselves in the hands of criminal cartels, swim across the river. For instance, if you come in here, let's say we need that type of labor, right? That people say Americans won't do, whatever. Create a system, come in on a work visa, come through a port of entry, that way you're not swimming across the river, across the desert, paying a criminal cartel squat. Come across the border, do it the legal way, and when you're done with your visa, go home. I mean, there's a legal process to come in. I know a lot of people are complaining about, a lot of employers are saying they're missing people. There's a way to bring employees from foreign nations into the workforce. The problem is most employers don't want to follow it because they have to pay a fair wage and provide housing. I truly believe a lot of people in this country don't hire an illegal alien on the goodness of their heart. They can hire them, can they work them harder, pay them less, and undercut the competition that hires U.S. employees. Let me tell you a story, true story. I put a roof in my house several years ago. I had to call 5 different companies till I got a company to guarantee me a legal workforce. One guy showed up, it was just him and his son. And he wanted to see if he could fix the roof rather than replace it. I said, no, I need a whole roof replacement. And he told me a story. He had 20 U.S. citizens, employees. They paid $25 an hour to get on that roof. He couldn't win a job. He couldn't win a bid. So he went out of business, laid off 20 U.S. citizen employees because illegal aliens are winning every bid. That happens 1,000 times across this nation. That's why, number one, Congress needs to act. Number two, that's why employer sanctions need to happen.
Okay, so this is going to be
that's happening all across the country.
Good evening, sir.
You better make it a good one. Everybody's counting on you.
So good evening, Mr. Holland.
Hi.
Honman. First of all, thank you for taking your time to come out here. And the question I had was, so a lot of my family, they got their citizenship legally, but they're also, I guess, concerned about kind of being a target, mainly because
Why?
they consume the media from across the border, and they sometimes spin a narrative. So
because they watch MSNBC and they're being told that they're going to be arrested, that ICE is arresting U.S. citizens and deporting them, which is not happening at all.
I guess I'm asking it on their behalf, what kind of affirmation would be that they're not going to get kind of singled out, or kind of ease their worries that they don't have anything to worry about because they came the right way, essentially.
So the U.S. citizens?
Yes, sir.
Well, God bless them. They did things the right way, so God bless them.
Right, Driftwood, he answered his own question, yeah. Stop watching liberal media. You're good.
Anything to worry about. I mean, again, if someone wearing that badge and gun is doing something improper, let us know. We won't tolerate it. I mean, it has to be, when you approach somebody, you got to have reasonable suspicion to do so. And, it could be a very numerous factors. But, well, God bless them. I mean, they're United States citizens. They're part of the greatest nation on earth. So be very proud of them. They did things that way. So I appreciate you.
I'm very thankful for that.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
That was actually a pretty decent event. I rather enjoyed that. Here's one of the videos that's been going around, and this is from is this from last week, or maybe it's even more recent than that, of a U.S. citizen was forcibly removed from her car by federal agents in Key Largo, Florida on Wednesday, so this was yesterday, okay, after she refused to present her driver's license and rolled down her window when stopped, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said. She was placed in a patrol vehicle while agents searched her car, located her driver's license, confirmed she was a U.S. citizen. She was then released. Okay. Liberals are up in arms about this. Now, and I understand that this doesn't look great. It doesn't. But there's more to the story that's being left out here. Dark Matter. Oh my god, the racism! Oh wait, she's white. Alright, they're conveniently leaving out this part. During a traffic stop, a U.S. citizen who was driving her illegal alien boyfriend's car. So they pulled the car over because it was flagged that it belonged to an illegal alien that they were trying to catch. She refused to show ID. They detained her until they could confirm who she was. They had reasonable suspicion to pull the car over. At that point, you have to show your license. She refused. They detained her. They found her license and released her. Oops! Small detail left out here. AH, how the fuck does an illegal buy a car here? Oh god, they all have cars and trucks. What do you mean? They get paid under the table in cash and don't have to pay taxes. They could just go buy a car on Facebook Marketplace with cash. Easy peasy. Alright. This wins funniest thing that I saw on the internet today. Tim Walz says people are driving by his house calling him retarded. I might have to make a trip to Minnesota, guys. People just driving by, throwing out the R word out the window at him. Look at his face.
True. This creates danger. And I'll tell you what, in my time on this, I've never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word in front of people. This is shameful. And I have yet to see an elected official, a Republican elected official, say, you're right, that's shameful. He shouldn't have to
be a part of the movement.
We know how these things go. They start with taunts, they turn to violence. So, deeply concerned. True. This creates...
Oh my god. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this. Speaking of Minnesota and Somalia and Somalians, even though I didn't bring up Somalians, not yet though. I don't know if there's any veracity to this. I don't know if any of this is true. It's literally just a TikTok video. However, I have to share it. It may be bullshit. It could also be true. Sounds kind of true. Whistleblower sounds the horn. Major food production plants in Minnesota have brought in Somalians who have defecated and urinated everywhere. This food is being distributed all over the United States and Canada. Here is a list of all the major food processing plants in Minnesota, which includes General Mills, Land O'Lakes, Schwann's, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Kemp's Dairy, and Pilgrim's Pride.
I've seen that my former home state of Minnesota is currently in the news due to Trump and the Somalian issue. I worked at a major food production facility that supplies the United States and Canada with food. I watched as they brought Somalians in, and they began to urinate and defecate wherever they pleased within this food production facility plant. We had to put up signs explaining how to use the bathroom correctly, but yet it was never corrected. I seen as grown men wash their genitals within the sinks, made homemade bidets from the garbage in the break rooms, and then brought in a roach infestation to the plant, Once again, I will tell you this is a major food production facility and cannot shut down for anything. I did, however, have it shut down once for a lockdown due to one of them returning to the food processing facility with a knife. It's a real problem, and it's a major reason why I left Minnesota. I just want everyone to know that I hold no ill towards these people. It's not their fault. They come from somewhere that has a private problem and is ran by tribes. There's no rule of law. How do you expect them to integrate within modern society?
Really, Brock?
Is beyond me. I do, however, blame the
All
city.
right, Lynn, we'll look at the comments after the video, for sure.
I watched as they brought these people in with the sole purpose of driving down the wage. They want to make wage slaves. People ask themselves, how is it that someone could work this job? How else will we get people to work here? Unless we bring in immigrants. You're holding them hostage. You are bringing these people in and holding them hostage. They are nothing more than a modern slave. I've seen it myself. As these poor people come into this country and are treated so horribly in these jobs, or are forced to integrate into something that they don't understand, on the sole fact that they're trying to feed their family back home. It's a terrible thing. And it's truly sad to watch. As I said, I hold no ill will towards these people, and I understand why they did come to this country. I completely get it. I would also want to try to leave Somalia, or Mexico, or wherever else these people come from. But when they get here and are forced to do the slave labor of the entitled and rich, who watch their lawn get pampered by them, or their food made by them, or even driven around by these people, it's wrong, and we all know it. And it's time to stand up and do something right about it. Is that sending everyone back? I honestly don't know. But we need to do something.
I vote that one.
It's a sad situation that the United States has put itself in and has allowed to happen. With the rise of inflation, the problems will only get worse. Right now is the time to try to act either by raising the wages and allowing these people to integrate into society, or by sending them back.
Yeah, that one.
There's no in between.
This guy kind of
I
gets
don't know
it.
what else to say. I seen a country growing up that was rich, and I felt like I always had hope. Currently, I don't. This is larger than a Somalian issue, and larger than what I see in food production.
I agree, but we can start there.
This is a true problem for America.
Yeah, they don't want to integrate, right, Lynn? They absolutely they don't care about that. No, none of these foreigners that come here care about integrating into America. They all carry their flags and talk about how much they love their country. But as soon as we find out they're here illegally and want to send them back, oh, the horrors! We're evil monsters for sending them back to the countries that they love so dearly, with the culture that they love so dearly, that they want to cling on to. It makes no sense. These plants are known to employ immigrants and refugees. Jenny O, Turkey Store, Pilgrim's Pride, Hormel Foods. Grow your own food, people. Jesus. I think there's new developments in the Mangione case. I saw this a second ago. Let's see what the deal is.
Tonight, for the first time, we are now hearing the 911 call in the Luigi Mangione case. The person calling authorities from another state saying, "We believe he's here." It was 1 year ago today the United Healthcare CEO was gunned down in Manhattan. Here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, tonight.
Tonight, exactly 1 year after the assassination-style killing of United Healthcare Chief Executive Brian Thompson on a New York City street, we are hearing the 911 call from the manager at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looked like the CEO shooter from New York.
After customers say they spotted a man who resembled the suspect captured on surveillance video.
Is this individual still there? Yes, he's still in the back of our lobby by the bathroom. Like 6 customers walk up to me, and I was like, "Okay, guys," I was like, "I can't really do anything." But he's wearing a black sweater jacket with a medical mask and a tan khaki-colored beanie. The only thing you can see is his eyebrows.
Today, accused murderer Luigi Mangione sat huddled with it.
So people identified him by his eyebrows? I mean, okay, yeah, I can see that.
His defense team fighting to get critical evidence against him thrown out. Mangione's defense says police had no warrant or reason to search the bag, where police say they found a gun and a journal. In court today, Mangione watching as prosecutors played blurred video of him peeling off his clothes before officer cameras are turned off during a strip search. Police later seen on body camera footage pulling what they say appears to be a to-do list from Mangione's pockets with items like USB, digital cam, and a map of streets, along with notes, survival kit, hot meal, and water bottles. Here we are, David, 1 year to the day since Brian Thompson's murder, and Luigi Mangione is seated here in court in part, as you heard on that 911 call, because McDonald's customers in Pennsylvania said they recognized his eyebrows after police blasted his photo all over the country. David?
Aaron Katursky in Lower Manhattan tonight. Aaron, thank you. Tonight, there's also been a major break after those pipe bombs unleashed fear in Washington.
Was that all just the 911 call? I thought there was more. President Trump hosts Rwanda DRC leaders to sign peace deal. That must have happened earlier today as well. Blaine Dilders corrects me. Eyebrow. Not eyebrows. Eyebrow. Sorry. My bad. Just in case some of you missed it earlier because it's cool. U.S. forces struck another drug boat in the Eastern Pacific on Thursday. 4 male narco-terrorists dead. Suspected narco-terrorists. Kablooey! Oh, I was early. Kablooey! I think Satrak said it earlier. I used to play this video game in the 90s. House Democrats announce articles of impeachment against Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Okay. What are the poly market odds? 26% chance they successfully remove him. 28% chance now. Back to 26. Jay Davis, Austin, loop that video to play twice, then post it with just war crime. I bet Democrats lap it up. I should do that. I should bait Democrats into giving me ad money. Into giving me ad revenue. We should, that's, Jay Davis, we should figure out ways to make Democrats pay for the zone. The ultimate troll. Your janitor. Are they doing it for the betting platform? Probably. It has been revealed that Democrat Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, famous from the Derek Chauvin trial, personally met with and accepted bribes from Somali immigrants involved in the $250 million Feeding Our Future scam in return for protection. Now it's mental midget monies.
Recently released audio recordings reveal conversations that happened between the Attorney General and individuals who were later implicated and in some cases convicted in the Feeding Our Future scandal. In those recordings, the Attorney General...
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
State your point of order.
Masons 124, paragraph 1. In debate, members must confine remarks to questions before the body and avoid personalities. The debate here is not any individual. It is the policy and the amendment.
Representative Niska.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Attorney General was asked in those recordings to use his authority to protect businesses under investigation for wrongdoing, and rather than distance himself or remain neutral to allow the legal process to unfold, he responded in those recordings, "Of course, I'm here to help."
Mr. Speaker, point of parliamentary inquiry.
State your point of parliamentary inquiry.
Mr. Speaker, there was a point of order, and I didn't hear a ruling or any resolution of the point of order. Was there a resolution to it?
Hong, 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 hong.
I'll remind the body that there was no ruling made by the Speaker as to the point of order that was just stated. Representative Niska.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Attorney General in those recordings even urged the individuals, let's go fight these people. He was offered campaign contributions during that meeting, contributions that he later accepted. The release of those audio recordings raises questions about what's going on in the Attorney General's office that go directly to the need to pass the legislation that we had previously debated, House File 20. Although he has insisted that nothing came of the meeting, his office blocks disclosure of closed investigative
point
data.
of order.
Masons 124.
The A11 will help ensure that what happens behind closed doors in the Attorney General's office sees the light of day. We can protect people's privacy while shining a light on what the Attorney General's office is doing, who is influencing that office, whether it's those under a criminal investigation, nonprofits, corporations, or billionaires with political agendas, because Minnesotans have a right to know when their Attorney General's office is working with them. Minnesotans have a right to know whether the Attorney General is telling the truth that nothing came of that meeting. That's why the A11 is so important.
I think they've been getting into the green drink. FBI Director Kash Patel says Biden's FBI will be fully exposed in court for allegedly covering up the truth about the J6 pipe bomber.
Will there ever be a look back on the way perhaps your predecessors or other people in the FBI handled this to question those methods and motives? Again, the fact that it disappeared, from the news basically the second, January 6th happened and was never brought back up again, even in the months following. It seems odd, and I mean, it seems like something that people would want answers to. Will there be a review process on how this was conducted differently? How you guys could do this, 4 years later, and in 8 or 9 months, actually come up with a suspect versus the prior administration having 4 years, a more immediate timeline, being able to go right into it, having the immediacy of that, or
she knows about Hong, right?
They just didn't care. Doesn't that say so much about the weaponization of justice in America today?
Absolutely, and I think you're going to see it on parallel tracks. What you're going to see is, as this case presents itself in court, you're going to see where we were able to collect the evidence and make the case against this suspect. And then common sense journalism and investigators are going to be able to look at it and say, why did these people do X, Y, and Z 4 or 5 years ago? That's going to make itself self-apparent. But what we're doing at this FBI is also, we have replaced this entire leadership cadre. We have pushed out 1,000 agents into the field. There's a reason this FBI has 25,000 violent offenders arrested arrested this year alone. That's twice as many as last year. There's a reason that this FBI is going to deliver President Trump the lowest murder rate in modern history by double digits. There is a reason this FBI is out there crushing fentanyl, destroying narco traffickers, and making sure the homeland is safe and preventing spies from infiltrating our homeland and our way of life. That's what happens when you change leadership from the prior administration FBI who wanted to weaponize and politicize law enforcement to us, President Trump and the Attorney General, who want to just deliver law enforcement on every single front. And that's what we're doing.
Fractal, why does Kash Patel always look constipated? Because he can't shit in the streets here in America. New Orleans! Far-left rioters tried shutting down a city council meeting to demand seditious behavior against the federal government.
The Department of Homeland Security and ICE and all these goons have come to arrest our neighbors, to put us in fear, and we've come today and we've said that we're not in fear. We're not in fear. Right? You know,
Stroman said, is that the pipe bomber? It might be. No, because that guy's not white.
We'll never be defeated. The people united. We'll never be defeated. The people united. We'll never.
Singa la migra.
Singa la migra.
Y la policía.
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 Y la policía. No KKK, no racist USA. I'm giving her out. No KKK, no racist USA.
Old, tired chants.
No racist USA. Understand your ICE. No KKK, no racist USA. Racist USA. No ICE. No KKK, no racist USA.
Whose city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Someone found a baby picture of Kash Patel. Straight out of the womb. Former Minnesota Teacher of the Year Somalian Abdul Wright was recently sentenced to 14 years in prison for sexually abusing a student for almost a year. This is the Urkel-looking motherfucker who's the J6 pipe bomber, by the way, that Jake Tapper said was white, just in case anyone's joining the stream recently. Former Minnesotan teacher of Somalian appeasement. Why is this a story every day?
The former Minnesota Teacher of the Year, Abdul Wright, was sentenced to more than 14 years in prison after he was found guilty of abusing a child when she was his student. The 39-year-old is a former Harvard Best Academy teacher and was named Teacher of the Year back in 2016, and that's around the time the victim said the abuse began. She was in 8th grade then, and said Wright groomed her and sexually assaulted her multiple times, often in the classroom. After the
Unfucking believable.
with the victim's father, who told me that this is the sentence he earned. It's a long time coming, and that the family feels vindicated, but it's just one step in a long healing process. The former Minnesota
Shannon Sharp on how Jewish slurs are not openly used in movies and music like black slurs are. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is Shannon Sharp starting to notice things?
They ain't got no problem saying those words that are offensive to black people, but there's some other words that's offensive to other people. They don't never utter those. You notice that, Ocho?
Like what? Like the N word?
Nah, like I said, but there's some other words in chat. Y'all know the words I'm talking about. That's another community, but they never say that. Why they don't rap those? Why aren't they rap songs? It's the same thing with my people. Why don't y'all rap that other stuff? Mm-hmm.
Oh, just like
hey, which community you talking about? Skittles?
Skittles. Not the gays. Skittles. The Skittles.
Nah, because they'll say that too. They'll say something about the LGBTQ. They'll say something about that. They'll say something, but the chat know what I'm talking about.
Damn, now you got me lost too, boy. I only know about 2 communities.
Nah, this is the most powerful community in the world.
The Skittles community is the most powerful.
No, it's not. There's another country that has a white and blue flag with a star on it. No, it's not. It's not even close.
Oh, they own every damn thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shit.
I bet. Why don't he say something about derogatory about that? Why he don't rap that?
Oh,
he want to create content. You told me you're a content creator.
Hey,
create some content.
They own everything.
Shut it down.
You hear me?
Shut it down.
Boy, if you was to peel back the layers, yeah, man, I ain't.
Oh, he's too scared to say it. He's too scared to say it.
People don't have no problem saying that. But boy, no matter the community, there's a derogatory term that will describe said community. It doesn't matter the community, but there is a derogatory term. But it's funny how they pick and choose. It's always that word. Oh, it's just a word. So is that one.
Right.
And so is that one. And so is that one. But I find it funny, but nobody ever uses it.
I wouldn't say nobody.
Interesting. Nobody ever put it in the song. They don't talk about it in the movies. They don't say none of that. How many times they use it in Django?
Oh my goodness, boy, Django, boy. Django was crazy, boy. Every 2, if I had $1 for every time you heard it in Django.
I ain't got no problem. I love Django. Jamie Foxx was sensational.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. Leonardo DiCaprio was great. The guy, what was the guy named?
Christoph Waltz.
Unbelievable. He was great in Inglourious Bastards also.
Yes.
I ain't got hey. Damn.
Great movie.
Awkward.
I remember, I'm old enough to remember when Jesse Jackson was running for president. And he said something, he called New York, he called it a derogatory term. Had to apologize. Michael Jackson used the term once upon a time. Had to apologize.
Michael.
Let's move on, Ocho. Let's move on. We don't need to spend no more time on that.
I know.
Someone's in Shannon's ear like, now you're going to have to apologize.
Time for our final segment of the evening.
Wow. That's a little shocking. Yeah, apology tour incoming. Wow. All right, then. All right, let's get to This Week in Hong. What have you guys got for me on This Week in Hong? Okay, we've got an arrest video. It's almost 20 minutes long. Maybe we'll save that for later. President Trump announces that he approves the production of ultra-compact truck, which wasn't previously allowed in America due to government overreach. Yeah, and isn't this truck like only $15,000 or $20,000? Like, the reason all the vehicles in America are so expensive is because of the outrageous government restrictions placed on American cars.
If you go to Japan, where I just left, and if you go to South Korea and Malaysia and other countries, they have a very small car, sort of like the Beetle used to be with the Volkswagen. They're very small, they're really cute, and I said, how would that do in this country? And everyone seems to think good, but you're not allowed to build them. And I've authorized the secretary to immediately approve the production of those cars. So you'll be able to buy, they really are, they're actually, some of them are really beautiful, actually. If you take a look, Honda, some of the Japanese companies do a beautiful job. But we're not allowed to make them in this country, and I think you're going to do very well with those cars. So we're going to approve those cars. Would you like to say something about that?
Well, no, just that he never stops working, so even when he's on Asian time, he's calling me at midnight in the States. But he gave me the directive to clear the regulations on this, which we have. And so if Toyota or any other company wants to make smaller, more affordable cars, fuel efficient, we have cleared the deck so they can make them in America and sell them in America.
They're really nice and less expensive, and it really gives people a chance to have a car.
They're so much easier to work on.
Have a brand new car as opposed to a car that maybe isn't so great.
Yeah, I mean those are good things happening. UBI isn't coming down the pike. It's already here. The Trump administration, together with Elon Musk and the rest of the big tech technocrats, are rolling out the red carpet and setting the stage for mass adoption. Right now, it's a pilot program in multiple states. AI will take most all of our jobs, so government-sanctioned UBI will be the solution for that nightmare. Also, they will make it to where it is unaffordable to live for average Americans, creating a permanent serf class and total erasure of the middle class. What do you guys think? UBI will be your monthly or weekly ration, and it will be given out based on your behavior overseen by Palantir. Uh-oh, we're cooked, chat. We're fucking cooked. Much like in the social credit system in China. You will be awarded X amount of crypto, which will be tied directly into your carbon footprint. You will only be allowed to buy what they dictate you can buy, and that will be based on these same metrics. Eventually, to participate in do commerce in this system, in society as a whole, you will need the mark. It's the beast system, and you may have read about it in the book of Revelation. All of this is very well documented, and it is happening at warp speed. A lot faster than I personally thought it would. They call it Agenda 2030 for a reason. If you open your eyes wide enough, you can see it plain as day. Most everything else that takes place outside of this is a distraction from this diabolical construct. This is coming from the Patriot Voice. Joe Discount, Hog Bucks. Hog Bucks win. Let's see here.
Listen up. We've been telling y'all for years, and it's coming.
Some New Yorkers are getting $12,000 in crypto in a Coinbase-funded basic income-style pilot program. Everyone needs to get their heads out of the sand. Since 2021, we've been saying this was coming. This has Agenda 2030 all over it. America's second largest county approves $500 monthly to residents in 2026. City of Boulder releases evaluation report for guaranteed income pilot project. 20 Howard County families will receive guaranteed basic income for 1 year with no strings attached. Lawmakers float a nationwide basic income experiment that would cover the cost of a 2-bedroom apartment. Not only that, but we're seeing the digital IDs take root in U.S. as states and federal agencies chart uncertain paths. Not only that, but Trump just came out with the Genesis mission, which will combine everything from AI to satellites. We have been talking about this patent forever. 060606, a cryptocurrency system using body activity data. You will wear a device that senses your body activity, and if you do what they tell you to do, you get paid in cryptocurrency. Trump is literally making the system right now. They're piloting basic income programs that are with cryptocurrency. This will all be connected with what? Your digital ID. They will be able to monitor everything you do in this system. They knew that Biden...
Dark Matter, 676767. See, I could do it too.
They did know that Trump would be able to. So that is exactly what Trump is doing, because he's no different than anybody else. Take a look around. He's literally having dinners with Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. He is not taking down the deep state. He is a part of it. And y'all are going to line up like sheep in the slaughterhouse if y'all don't wake up. The Bible spoke of a system just like this. And God's prophecies always come.
Where in the Bible is there talk of cryptocurrency? Can anyone point me to cryptocurrency in the Bible? I mean, that was quite a lot of foresight that they had. Jay says, no offense, sis, but I can't take the word of someone who doesn't know diesel from gas at the pump. No, the green pump means it's Christmas gas. You're supposed to use the green pump in December to get the Christmas gas. It's just a special that they run. Mr. Motherfucker, that's in BS 19. Mario Nawfal, as I was chatting to SBF about the collapse of FTX, he shares with me an unexpected story. It's about his former cellmate, Juan Orlando Hernandez, former president of Honduras, whom Trump just pardoned. Wait, what? SBF's cellmate was the former president of Honduras? I didn't know that. I spent a year and a half living in the same unit as Juan Orlando. I got to know him fairly well. I'd like to think we became friends. I can't think of a single inmate more deserving of a pardon. He was framed. SBF spent extensive time helping him with trial prep and reviewed the evidence. From his account, JOH was convicted in 2024 for a decades-long cocaine conspiracy involving hundreds of murders. But the actual evidence, a ceremonial machine gun, a selfie with a cartel-connected soccer fan, and testimony from the exact cartel leaders JOH had arrested and extradited. These cartel leaders were offered early release if they could implicate a bigger fish. They chose to testify against the man who put them in prison. The results of JOH's presidency: murders dropped 50%, drug trafficking dropped 90%, every major cartel leadership extracted to the United States. SBF says he wasn't just a narco trafficker, he was probably the most effective anti-cartel leader in the world. Juan Orlando was the most innocent prisoner I've ever met, including myself, said SBF. The pardon came days before Honduras' November 30th election, where Trump endorsed Nasri Esfera of JOH's National Party. Right, Ronchi? Yeah, and yeah, do we believe everything SBF is saying? Why does SBF have Sam Bankman-Fried have all sorts of credibility all of a sudden? Patriots United. I don't think X is down. It's working for me. Davis, my ex always goes down on other dudes. Is that why she's your ex? Oh, maybe X is down now. Oh, there it goes. Wait a minute. Canadian taxpayers gave Stellantis $15 billion. Today, their CEO proudly told Donald Trump they're putting almost that exact amount into new factories in the USA. Mark Carney's a master negotiator. Wait a second. Is that true? That's hilarious. Thank you, Canada. Thank you for the $15 billion, Canada. Trump has done it again. He's making Canada pay.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great day for us at Stellantis today because it's the day where we see CAFE regulation reconciled with real customers' demand. That's why at Stellantis we decided to invest through Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler.
Bill Barr, I'll shoot you over a link. I'll shoot you over a link to the Hong Zone.
Increasing production by 50%, delivering to the market 5 new vehicles, and creating 5,000 additional jobs. That's because we believe in what you, Secretary Taffy, and all your team is doing in this country. We believe in growth, and we are ready to invest even more. So thank you very much. Thank you very much also for this great news of the K cars, which we are very interested in, and we are very looking forward to work with Secretary Taffy, your team, in the future for the next steps. Thank you very much.
We'll get ready for those cars because we've already cleared the way. You can start right away.
We will. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.
Eric Anderson, make Canada great again? Yes. Bill Barr, let me know when you join the Discord because I will have to give you permissions as soon as you do. Or anyone else that joins as well. Who's Buckethead's corpse plower? All right, I'll give you temporary access, whoever you are. Oh, that's you, Bill? Okay, well, yeah, you now have access to the full zone. Well, not the full zone. Most of the zone. Oh, this is the Hong clip that Lynn's daughter sent her. Yeah, let me see. I might have to sign in over here. I hate Facebook links. Oh, no. Actually, it worked. Never mind.
If you ever feel bad for being mean, I want you to remember South African politician Willie Madisha, who got up in front of Parliament and said this.
Some of us don't know English properly. Can only come and say,
Honorable Madisha.
Hong, like that.
Honorable Madisha. If you ever feel bad for being mean, I want you to remember South
It only took what, 5 years for Instagram Reels to get that from the zone. No, it's all good, Lynn. You can't help how links are sent to you. Randy Fine has introduced a bill to force the State Department to give briefings on the rise of anti-Semitism in Europe. Are you fucking kidding me?
This bill directs the State Department to address that growing threat of anti-Semitism, to make clear to our European allies that the conduct that they have allowed to take place within their countries is simply unacceptable. After this assessment, the Assistant Secretary for European and Eurasian Affairs will engage with those countries that are identified as countries of apparent concern and ask for their cooperation in countering this rising anti-Semitism, and it will require those individuals to provide a briefing to both our committee and our Senate counterpart to make sure we are up to date on what these European countries are doing. But make no mistake, and let me say this loudly and clearly, what these European countries have allowed to take place in their countries is unacceptable. And we should be warned that where anti-Semitism rears its ugly head, societal collapse soon comes thereafter. That's what we've seen in 3,000 years of anti-Semitism around the world. So I again want to thank the chairman for bringing this bill up, for making it a priority, for allowing us to say to our friends in Europe that what they have allowed is simply unacceptable and that we in the United States will be watching. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Okay. What is this? Y'all want to see a comedian roast Somalians?
I'm not racist. It's just the outfits that bother me. Like I was at Boston Logan Airport. A family of Somalians came in. Typical Somalian family, you know, 1 husband, 3 wives, 10 children. You know, all the women were wearing, you know, that. Just that with a little hole in it. Have you ever seen the Somalian burqa? It's different. It's, you know, looks. You ever see those skydivers where they wear the flying squirrel outfit? Kind of looks like that. And I mean, I wasn't even bothered by that. They were in the same line as me. It was general screening. They unclipped and then they got into the priority line, and the TSA guy was like, no, you can't do that. And then the woman just started speaking at him, like in her language. She was just like, you know how they sound. You've seen Star Wars. And listen. I'm joking. I love Minnesota. Anyway, they call it the pirate state.
Not bad. Not bad. Is that all you guys got for me tonight? Is that it? I don't really feel like listening to Timu Obama. Can't say I'm interested in that. What is this? Cop gets arrested after doing the unthinkable. All right.
Take me to jail. I don't give a I had 20 black boys on my over there. You got that ride, I don't want to drive. They body slammed me inside the club.
Keep your head still for me, okay?
I do got a nice truck.
You don't stop. The truck. Please. Back it up. Back it up. We're not trying to. Hey, listen.
Kill him and you.
Stop. Stop. Take a breath. Take a breath.
We're good.
Everything's all right.
The Nassau County Sheriff's Office is called following the report of an intoxicated man fleeing a bar. But what should have been a standard arrest soon takes a dramatic turn, and the situation quickly spirals out of control, resulting in accusations of battery and misconduct.
You can get the back inside, or you can go to jail too.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Sure.
On July 6, 2025, the Nassau County Sheriff's Office is called to assist the city of Fernandina Beach Police Department following the report of an intoxicated man leaving the Hammerhead bar. When the deputies arrive, they find the suspect still in the parking lot.
Get in the vehicle!
We're supposed to be on that vehicle. It's going to be a blue F-150 at the hotel by the sea.
Here we go. How's it going, man?
How you going?
Pretty good.
I live here. I don't live here.
Okay.
I'm from Georgia, and I see that.
What you guess?
I'm trying to get in my room.
All right. Why y'all bloodied up, man?
Because my toe's leaking. My toe. Just my toe.
You need rescue or anything like that, my man?
Listen, I just came from here, but when the black dudes come out, hold on. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to get jumped. I don't want to do nothing wrong. Please, sir, I'm sorry.
Then don't do nothing wrong.
I swear to God, I'm sorry.
Why don't you just set that down?
All y'all butts. Look, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. No weapons. I got a cigarette. I know it's funny, but listen.
No, we're not. Something else.
That truck over there.
Listen. I was at the bar. Okay, cool. They got my credit card. Everything's good. I got a lot of money. I'm making $100,000 a year.
Okay.
I'm not from here. I'm from Georgia.
You got an ID in the car?
It's in my wallet.
Do you mind if I grab it real quick?
Do whatever you do.
Okay.
Any weapons or anything?
Tyler, ain't I just got this. And I'm a happy mother.
What's all the liquid here? Did you throw up? Did you piss?
You got them right, I threw up. No, probably sweating.
I got it, man. Don't reach in there.
What?
I got you. Hey, don't go reaching in there.
I ain't doing
I got you. Hang tight right there for me.
Though the man is hard to follow, his driver's license identifies him as 31-year-old Tyler Merritt. With some difficulty, Tyler attempts to explain that an altercation had taken place at the bar before he left. He says it all started because of one of his tattoos.
You see this on my stomach?
That's cool, man. You just chill here. All right?
I'm talking to you. You see this on my stomach? I did 9 years in prison, officer.
Okay.
For something I did wrong.
What'd you do?
I stole a bunch of scrap metal.
Remember I keep saying, like, don't be coming up to me?
You're right.
Cool. What'd you go to?
9 years of prison for stealing. How much scrap metal did you steal? I'm curious. How much scrap metal do you have to steal in order to get 9 months in prison?
Prison for?
I went to prison for theft by taking. I stole scrap metal.
Okay.
Did I need school clothes next year? My mama was smoking crack. Did I need school clothes? Come on now.
But you got, okay.
Okay, of course. Anyways, I went chain gang. I come home, I went chain gang. Parole violation. I come home. Am I on parole now? No. Am I on probation now? No.
So where'd you see him pull right out of that spot right over there?
Of course.
So you seen him drive? Okay. And he come here. Did he hit that other car?
No, I don't think he did.
Keep chilling over there.
Here,
nah, man, I don't want that.
Y'all gonna take me to jail? Take me to jail. I don't give I got my money. Monday.
We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
What I'm telling y'all is, them black motherfuckers over there, y'all seen them. They big football motherfuckers.
Y'all seen them?
Goddamn right, son.
They're the bouncers.
They said, hey.
They're security.
I was leaving, going to chase my wife.
Okay.
Though it's somewhat unclear what exactly happened, Tyler claims that he left his debit and credit card with the bartender, and when he tried to get them back, there was a confrontation with the bouncers. He then left the bar and the deputies were called. Whatever may have occurred prior to the deputies arriving would pale in comparison to the incident that was about to take place.
Why are you trying to drive?
I wasn't trying to drive, but my wife...
Man, you were parked in the median over there.
Listen.
The truck sucked them in, man.
Listen. I was parked there. You goddamn right I was parked there. Right. My wife left an hour and a half ago. The bartender had my debit card. I got...
Because you bought some drinks, right?
Well, what I'm telling you is... These black dudes seen this Confederate flag on my stomach. I was 7. I'm 31 now, officer.
Okay.
Here's my cigarette.
Keep backing up. I don't know why you keep coming up to me.
I'm trying to leave with my wife.
And you're trying to get your stuff back.
You goddamn right.
Okay.
That's my wife. Look how pretty
Did
she
you end up getting your stuff back or no?
No, until the bar closed. Until they come over and say, listen to me, officer.
Because your wallet's...
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Lock me up. I don't give a f***. I got bond money. We'll bond out, go to court. It is what it is. I paid fines. I make $52,000 a year.
I thought it was $100,000. Now it's only 52.
No, I've been there 2 years. I made $122,000.
Oh, in the past 2 years. Okay.
By the grace of God.
There you go.
By the grace of God.
All right, man. So I'm gonna talk to you, okay?
You want to lock me up? Let me up.
So,
but what I'm saying is,
listen to me. You gonna let me talk?
I go leave. You goddamn right. You disrespect the white folks. Listen, I am a white folk.
You got some things.
So I got to talk to you real quick, okay? So I got you. Based on some of these events tonight, I believe that you're impaired. What I got to do?
But I got a motel.
I got you. Well, I got to make sure that you're safe to operate a motor vehicle from you moving to here to there. I get you that you don't want to drive. However, you were just caught driving.
From there to there.
From there to there.
You want to do whatever you want to do?
So I respect
that.
So listen to me. Listen to me.
You're right.
I'm going to now ask that you conduct standardized field sobriety exercises to determine. I got a list of exercises I'm going to have you do if you choose to.
You want it, whatever you want, I'll do.
Okay.
Despite his compliance, getting Tyler to actually complete the field sobriety tests would be easier said than done.
Are you not wanting to perform the exercises?
I don't want to drive. You goddamn right I don't want to drive. The only reason
I'm saying the exercises. Are you?
Because I had 20 black boys on my
20?
You goddamn right I don't want to drive. They body slammed me inside the club. Only thing I was asking was for my debit card.
Are you wanting to do exercises?
If you want it, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. But I'm gonna have you listen. I need you to listen to me. I will talk to you in just a second. I'm gonna have you lean right there on that push button.
No, but I got a room inside.
I'm gonna have you follow this lighted stimulus with your eyes and your eyes only.
I'm sorry.
I want you to keep your head still. I'm gonna move it side to side. And
I swear to God, do y'all. Listen. Well, I'm sorry.
Listen to me, man. I'll let you talk in a second.
I didn't want to crank my truck. I didn't want to leave the motel. But you can get, well, you got 30 black boys.
There's 30 now. It's 30 now.
You racist mother. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be racist. Whatever y'all want, I'll do it. I'm shut up.
All right. I'm going to have you follow this lighted stimulus with your eyes and your eyes only. Keep your head still, okay?
So you plan on jumping?
Keep your head still for me, okay?
I do got a nice truck, though. Sir, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to drive. You want to hit me? Do you hit me? I'll pay that. I'll go to court. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't talk. I got a motel here, though. Them black boys don't give a cause they wanted to be up. I was just trying to get my credit card. Go back to the motel room. Go to sleep. I'm sorry. I swear to God, officer.
Here's what I'm going to have you do, okay? Stand up normal for me. Yeah. Now I'm going to have you turn and look at these. There's two, a red and blue light right there.
Tyler is informed he's being arrested for suspected DUI. While he seems understanding, securing Tyler in the back of the vehicle also proves to be a challenge.
If you're going to throw up, you let me know.
Listen, officer.
You hit that side.
I'm on your side.
All right, if you're going to throw up, don't look at me.
God, listen.
See that right there? You got to sit right there.
I'll do whatever you want me to.
Cool, sit right there.
But what I'm saying is, my wife, don't let her divorce me.
Oh, dude, that's between you and your wife. That ain't between me.
I know, but right now I'm going to jail.
Come on, officer. Don't let it happen, man. Don't worry, dude. I won't let your wife divorce you. I would never let that happen to you, man.
Well, you're all bloody and stuff. I don't want to get your blood all over me.
Emma, my knee.
Yeah, don't be kicking me with that. All right, scoot on in. Just scoot.
I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Scoot.
Whatever you want. I'm down.
All right, cool. Scoot.
God damn, that hurts.
All right, here.
Oh, I am bleeding.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Officer,
I'm just pushing you in a little bit, all right?
No, well, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
All right, now you can sit up straight.
I ain't against nothing, officer.
Cool.
All right. I got a motel here if you want.
All right, cool. I'll be right back with you, all right?
Listen.
I'll be right back with you.
Whatever you want. I'm down.
All right, cool. I'll be right back.
During all of this, Tyler's wife and nephew have been waiting on the other side of the parking lot. Deputy William.
She's the mother of his triplets, for God's sake.
A shocking
if only
unexpected incident now approaches them.
Alrighty. He wants your stuff to go with you.
I still haven't seen one black guy.
Or his stuff to go with you.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Alright. Well, you're conducting an inventory.
I do, Lynn.
Now,
I do.
Search incident to arrest. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I understand y'all got some kids here, right? I'm not going to tow your vehicle tonight. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Bro, what you yelling for?
I'm trying to tell my wife the truth. I want
she knows the truth.
Right, Rock.
Sleep.
Okay, well you can take a nap right back here,
I
alright?
love you.
All right, man.
The deputy once again leaves Tyler alone in the back of the vehicle, but despite claiming he wants to go to sleep, he continues shouting. Tyler's wife is adamant that he never drinks. In fact, this is the first time he's drank in 3 years after getting clean.
He is a little hyper when he gets drunk, though.
People like when they ain't
It's not funny. It scares me out.
I get it.
Without warning, Deputy William Woods makes a split-second decision that changes everything.
If you don't stop, get the truck. Back it up. Back it up. Everybody back up.
He's got a bullet in his back. You
back it up. Back it up.
Over here
Hey,
now.
you can't be breaking out windows.
Yeah, Lynn, I wish there was a way to change that on YouTube.
Stop. Back it.
And there might be now. Because over on Twitch, if you're a member, you don't see ads.
He does have a bullet on his back.
He's trying to break out our windows. That's not cool. Hey, no. We're not trying to. Hey, listen. Stop. Stop. Take a breath. Take a breath.
We're good.
Everything's all right.
We're good.
As soon as he hit the ground, Tyler was knocked unconscious.
Let's get him in recovery.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's breathing.
That didn't sound
We're
good.
gonna make sure he's all right.
Yanking him out of the truck like that was unnecessary.
Him trying to bust out the windows unnecessary.
Yeah, but he's drunk.
It don't matter.
You sober.
Hey man, this is our job.
No, that ain't no job.
It is. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Hey, save that. All right, save it. That's all I got. That's all I ask. Just
This, you can get the back inside, or you can go to jail too.
Oh, wow.
We're just worried because he's bleeding. That's it. Kobe, stop.
Why am I going to take you to jail? Because now you're opposing.
By standing?
Yeah, you.
You're opposing? Is opposing against the law? What does that even mean?
25 yards away from me, or you can go too.
I stay right here.
Yes, you can. You're not trying to act in some type of way.
You're just making sure he's good. I understand. We'll be all right.
Tyler, are you okay?
He's moving. He's all right.
What the hell?
He's responding.
I'm not trying to get because I'm.
Just hang out right there for me, all right?
Is he okay? Though?
We're gonna have rescue come look at him, all right?
Tyler. Tyler.
Hey, I understand that, but hey, while they're doing that, we can't just be.
He just does have
screaming.
a bullet on his spine.
I understand.
If it's hit the wrong way, it will paralyze him.
Okay.
It will knock him out.
Okay.
That's the only reason. I'm not trying to.
We're gonna have rescue look at it, all right?
Tyler's wife explains that he was shot 2 years ago, and the bullet was never removed.
He's moving and breathing.
After about 4 minutes, Tyler begins to regain consciousness.
Relax.
4 minutes? Jeez.
Relax. You're trying to act a fool, and so hang tight. Okay?
Was he headbutting?
Yeah, headbutting and kicking. And when I opened the door, he pushed it into me, so I just snatched him.
I'm trying.
Sit up.
I'm trying.
The deputy who removed Tyler from the vehicle is William Woods. Deputy Woods will expand on this claim about Tyler's actions later, but his own body cam footage will leave the truth of the situation up for debate. For now, while they wait for EMS to arrive, the other deputy attempts to explain the situation to Tyler's wife.
We have things that we have to do, you know what I mean? Like, we can't just let people break out our windows. So that was the only thing. Like, had he just sat there and just was yelling, cool.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that.
When he starts out,
Because here's the thing too, right? Like, although we had to do that, he was banging his head on the window, right? He can cause himself harm, you know what I mean?
I just worry.
It isn't long before emergency services arrive and begin examining Tyler.
I love y'all.
Well, you're not right, man. What's going on?
I know I
You
ain't
been drinking?
What did they give me at the club?
What they get you about at the club?
I don't know. Please help. Who's on this?
So when y'all got here, he was doing what?
He was trying to drive. He almost crashed twice. Went to do DUI. I got him in the back of the car. He started trying to bust the windows out. And so I opened the door. When I opened the door, he kicked towards it, and I snatched him at the same time, and he went straight down head first.
I didn't see him kick towards it.
back of the car. He started trying to bust the windows out. And so I opened the door. When I opened the door, he kicked towards it.
He did not kick towards it.
And I snatched him at the same time, and he went straight down.
This was just really fucking stupid by the cop. Now, if the guy hadn't been so wasted, he probably wouldn't have fallen that way. But he also got yanked out of a car while in handcuffs by a cop. I mean, yeah, this cop should be in trouble for that. This was really fucking stupid. And he did not kick him, as evidenced by the body cam.
Down head first.
Tyler has injuries to his feet and legs, which occurred during his altercation with the bouncers, and now has a gash on his head. Before he can be transported,
He might have harmed himself, so we knocked him into the astral plane.
Deputy Woods adjusts Tyler's handcuffs.
Listen to me. Listen to him. I'm going to take these handcuffs off of you. They're going to come to the front. When I do that, don't do anything stupid.
I swear to God, I'm sorry.
I'll work with you, but don't do anything stupid.
Right, Chad? He's about to get himself a brand new, even better, bigger truck.
No, I got just these gloves.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I get it, man.
I swear to God, I'm sorry.
Tyler's cuffs are moved to the front, and he's soon loaded into the ambulance, but his family is left reeling from what they've just witnessed.
He's in custody, okay? So he'll be on a police hold, so you won't be able to go back to see him or anything like that. We'll get him cleared from there, and he'll just go to jail tonight, okay?
While one deputy explains the jail process to Tyler's wife, Deputy Woods heads to speak with a colleague where he will once again share his version of events.
All right? Yeah, I'm good.
Anyone else?
Just him. None of us. We're all good. Pretty much while we get him to the back of the car, I know they don't call it excited delirium anymore. He's got something else other than alcohol on board. Drenched in sweat, he starts banging his head against the windshield. I don't have bars or anything like that, so I go to open the door. That's when he kind of kicks the door into me. I grab him, he kind of jumps out, and I'm taking him out of the car, and he just hit the ground.
In his report, Deputy Woods described that Tyler, quote, began to bang his head against the rear driver's side window, causing it to flex and bow in an outward manner. I advised him to stop headbutting the window and attempted to open the rear door to keep the arrestee from harming himself. When I opened the rear door of my patrol vehicle, the arrestee lunged out of the vehicle as I was trying to pull him out of the vehicle. The arrestee went limp and fell to the ground, hitting his head on the asphalt. Deputy Woods' own body cam captures this exact moment.
Get the truck.
Please,
Back it up.
Back up now.
Back it up.
Notably, though his report states he told Tyler to stop headbutting the window, Deputy Woods isn't heard saying this in any of the body cam footage.
If you don't stop,
Get the truck.
Please.
back it up. Back it up.
At the scene, Tyler's wife and nephew follow the ambulance to the hospital, leaving the deputies to discuss among themselves.
You're the only one who uses force?
Yeah.
Who's taking them up?
I am. I had him for DUI. He's mine.
According to court documents, Tyler Merritt was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, obstructing or opposing a police officer without violence, and careless driving. He was adjudicated guilty of driving under the influence. The charge of obstructing or opposing a police officer was not prosecuted, and the careless driving charge was dismissed. According to court documents, Deputy William Woods was later investigated and faces charges of battery and official misconduct. He's pled not guilty, however, the case remains ongoing. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light.
I mean, that was egregious. I agree with the charges on the cops in this situation. I do. I have to. The video evidence is there. All right, hoggers. What do you guys want? Do you guys want one more cop video, or do you want to play some games for a few minutes before we end day 4 of daily December streaming? If you don't know, I'm streaming every night in December, or I'm gonna try to. We're now done with day 4. Stroman says games. What games though? Should we try that murder clue game? That's true, Fractal. That is true. Okay, so how does this work? New to Myrtle, try the daily mini first. Does anyone know how this works? Isn't the murder clue game just Clue? I think so. Alright. Deductive, logical as magnificent eyebrows were raised at the sight of the latest crime. The owner had been killed in a fancy coffee shop. Chocopots. Yeah, I've watched a civil rights lawyer before. I like his stuff. Alright, Chancellor Tuscany. Chancellor Tuscany is the head of Deduction College. Revered for her intelligence, social charm, and the fear she strikes in the hearts of her enemies. 5'5", left-handed, green eyes, gray hair, Libra. So these are the suspects. Vice President Mauve. Vice President of Techco Futures. If she asks you to step into her metaverse, scream. 5'8", right-handed, brown eyes, black hair, Taurus. Mayor Honey. He knows where the bodies are buried, and he makes sure they always vote for him. So he's a Democrat. Okay. 6 feet, left-handed, hazel eyes, brown hair, Scorpio. Earl Grey. He comes from a long line of Earl Greys. Yes, those Earl Greys. No, he doesn't sign autographs, but he always does have some bags with him. 5'9", right-handed, brown eyes, white hair, Capricorn. Okay. See here. Weapons. We've got a boiling pot. Hot and heavy. Logico could imagine someone getting bashed and boiled with something like this. It can be identified by a wet spot left behind. Heavy weight, made of metal and water. Better for the planet than plastic straw. This is metal straw, but more deadly. Logico would swear on his eyebrows that someone could be stabbed with something like this. For evidence of this, look for a small hole left behind. Heavy weight, made of metal, wood. Poisoned cup of coffee. Their classic poisoned beverage. Logico had solved cases where someone was poisoned with something like this. For evidence of this, look for a brown stain left behind. Okay, so if there's a shit stain, it was the poisoned coffee. Medium weight, made of ceramic coffee and chemicals. Butter knife. Better for buttering than killing. But still, Logico had solved cases where someone was stabbed with something like this. For evidence of this, look for a dollop of butter left behind. Okay, back to the boiling pot. Then we have locations. We got bathroom. Bathroom, it's a coffee shop, so obviously it's going to have a bathroom. This one is always out of paper towels. Bean room, full of bags and bags of beans. The smell is so strong and delicious that Logico wants to eat the beans, even though he knows that's illogical. Parking lot. There's no drive-through because this is a fancy coffee shop. People have to get out of their cars to drink coffee. There's a little bell that alerts the barista that you're here so he can start ignoring you at the counter. Alright, so that's what we've got. Each suspect brought one weapon to the one location, but only one was a murderer today. Logico, as always, started with what he was certain about. Okay, here's a tip. A what? Decode. Okay, a brown stain was found. Okay, a brown stain was found. What is that? Bags of beans. So brown stain. A wet spot found beside the owner. What was the wet spot one? Wasn't that the poison coffee? Oh, well. So brown stain was poison coffee. Boiling pot is wet spot. What is this word? E-I-R-B-D-U. A brown stain was found. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, well, Mayor Honey had not been in the parking lot. Okay. Either Chancellor Tuscany was at the counter or Vice President Mauve bought a butter knife, but not both. So these are just logic games. Right? Oh, is it beneath? Okay, beneath. So, okay, beneath bags of beans. So a brown stain was found something beneath bags of beans. Brown eyes stared at a poison cup of coffee. Whoever was in the bathroom was right-handed. Okay, so I guess we've got to sit here and figure out. No, okay. Mayor Honey had not been in the parking lot. Which one's Mayor Honey? That's Mayor Honey. So, not in the parking lot. Mayor Honey, not in parking lot. Yeah, we know that. Either Chancellor Tuscany was at the counter or Vice President Mauve bought a butter knife, but not both. So we're going to do Chancellor Tuscany might have been at the counter. Which one's Tuscany? Tuscany might have been at the counter. We put a question mark. Or Mauve brought a butter knife. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, buried. Thank you. Yes, buried. So a brown stain was found buried beneath bags of beans. So, we've got to assume that the cup of coffee was the weapon. Is that what we're assuming? Brown eyes stared at a poisoned cup of coffee. Wait, who has brown eyes? Green eyes. So Mauve has brown eyes. And Earl Grey has brown eyes. Great. So two people have brown eyes. But does that mean it's not Tuscany or Honey? Can we assume that it's not Tuscany or Honey? Whoever was in the bathroom was right-handed. A wet spot was found beside the owner. Okay, but then... So boiling pot? Boiling pot did it? I don't want to know how the person in the bathroom was right. How they know that? Yeah, right? How did they know that the person in the bathroom was right-handed? Okay, so each suspect brought one weapon to one location. My mind is too frazzled for this right now. Whoever was in the bathroom was right-handed. So this is how we're going to do locations with the weapon. But how do we do suspects in locations? Oh, I guess that's down here. Duh. So suspects, locations, weapons, locations. I get it. So whoever was in the bathroom was right-handed. So bathroom is this one, obviously. Toilet. Wait, who was right-handed? Who's right-handed? Tuscany, left-handed. Mauve, right-handed. Mayor Honey, left-handed. Earl Grey, right-handed. See? Okay. So Mauve and Gray. So we've got Mauve in the bathroom, maybe. Gray, maybe. But then that's a no for these two, right? So we know that. Or we know these X's here. Brown eyes stared at a poisoned cup of coffee. Okay, so we're going to find the coffee and brown eyes again. Okay, green eyes. So mauve and gray both have brown eyes again. With the coffee, right? So it's another question mark, X and X. Whoever was in the back, okay, we already did that one. Wait, did I put Mayor Honey not in the parking lot? Yeah, we did that. Analysts discovered traces of a weapon made of wood on the clothing of Chancellor Tuscany. Okay. Okay, which weapon has wood? Boiling pot, no wood. Metal straw has wood. Okay, so metal straw is the only one with wood. So Tuscany with the metal straw. Right? So there's that. The metal straw is made of wood. Okay. Blaine Gunter, I'm confused. Can you start over? Shut up, Blaine. I think I'm doing... Oh, wait. You guys can't even see the full grid. Let me move this over a bit. There you go. Yeah, Kimba. I don't know how the metal straw has wood. Okay, wait. So a brown stain was found buried beneath bags of beans. I feel like that means a wet spot was found beside the owner. What else do we know here? Does this give us anything? I'm trying to figure out if this gives us anything else that we know for a fact based on this, all of this. Jay, we now know we should have played Hungry Hungry Hippos. Put a check on Coffee Room, Poison Coffee. What's coffee room? Oh, you mean bean room? Bean room, poison coffee. So bean room. Put a check here. Do we know that? Oh, because of this. Yeah. Does that help us? Yeah, boiling pot leaves the water, I believe, right? Yeah, boiling pot can be identified by a wet spot left behind. Brown-eyed person had poisoned cup. Didn't we already do that? Should we just guess? The terrible thing about this is you can't blame the game for being rigged. Yeah, my mind just isn't working right now. But all right, I think we filled out all of this, but we should be able to deduce something from here. Is there any way to get more clues? Put a check on coffee pot owner. Well, we don't. There is no owner. There's no. We just have suspects. One of these people killed the owner. I feel like we should just say it's the metal straw in the bean room, and so bean room, metal straw, and I think it's Professor Mauve. Wrong. Oh, so we lose? It was Mayor Honey with the boiling pot at the counter. I thought I'd get more than one guess. So it was boiling pot at the counter. See the full solution. Okay. At the trial, Inspector discussed a vision he had experienced that conclusively proved when the jury analyzed the case, they found that he was right. You utter fool. Suspect got away. Well, we failed. We can uninstall this one now. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to play through this a couple times. And maybe not do it late at night when my brain isn't working. But okay, full solution. How is this helping me? Okay, so it was gray. With that and that somehow. It was vice president with the knife in the bathroom. Maybe we should have just been able to deduce all of this, yeah? Which obviously means I think that's true and that's... Okay, we had that. Suspect. That and that. I should play slots. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll try this again later this month. That sucked. That sucked. Let's end the night with a contexto. Let's end the night with a contexto. We'll try Myrtle again another day. Reminds me of Minecraft. Oh, shoot. All right, what are we doing? Lunchbox? Lunchbox? Let's just do it. Full send, Lunchbox. Jay Davis, look on the bright side, Austin. You still qualify for the FBI. I'm going to start working on my logic puzzle games so that I could be a little better at that, maybe. Haven't done that shit since college. Alright, what else you guys got? Panzer? Can we... Patriarchy? Yeah, if we ever don't start with Lunchbox and it happens to be the word, that'll be a damn shame. Panzer. Wow, Panzer is a word. Seed. No. Food? Hey. Color. No. Sunset? Hey, sunset's the best word. Table. Grass. Vegetable? I thought I would get more than one guess. You get more than one guess in the game of Clue. Apple. Sleep. That's what I want to go do right now, is sleep. Boat. Ooh! Tuvril. Tuvril, what else you got? Why did you think boat? Time. No, we're not doing time. Water. Okay. Anchor. Popeye. What? Why is Popeye a word? I didn't think that'd be a word. Night. Limit. Night. Night boat. Pier. Or. Okay, so boat is high, or is not. Narcotics, yeah. Airstrike. No, that's not it. Alibi, ship. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Marriage? No. Sail. Motor. Oh, you just want to think about motorboating, Eric Anderson. I'm on to you. Float? You don't want float? I want float. Float's not terrible. Fish. Fisherman. Lake. Ship. Vessel. Sea. Okay. We're in the ocean. Maybe. Ship. Transport. Mail. No. Tanker. Cargo. We're flirting with it, guys. We're flirting with it. Cruise. Barge. Submarine. Ooh. Navy. Destroyer. Okay. How do we know that's not a verb? Yeah. Canoe. No. sailor, seaman, oil. Carrier. I mean, I feel like these are just all the same word. We're right there. Wheel. Door. Battleship. Flag. I don't hate flag. Now I hate flag. Rudder. I already tried Navy. Map. Cannon. Gun. Ferry. Shuttle. So wait, shuttles too? Holy shit, I missed that because my Siri just went off. Whoa. Whoa. Shuttle is 2. Is it just bus? No. Rocket? Rocket! Stroman. Stroman for the win with rocket. Not bad, not bad. Closest words here. Rocket, shuttle, spacecraft, space. I sometimes guess space. I should have done that. Why didn't I guess space? Orbit, astronaut, NASA, spaceship, orbiter, plane, missile, flight, Earth, lunar, fly, moon, orbital, the board, Mars, unmanned. Rocket it is. Rocket it is. Alright guys. Tonight was fun. Tonight was a good one. You know we'll be back tomorrow night for more month of Hong. Month of December Hong. DJ Lunchbox. I got us there, asshole. Alright, Lunchbox. What does rockets have to do with lunchboxes? Don't tell me you had spaceships and rockets on your lunchbox as a kid. Don't you tell me. Alright, guys. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Good night. Goodbye.